Mana whakawā.
Madam Fox.
Kia ora, te mana whakawā. Nei rā te mihi atu ki a koe o ti rā o te whare. Tēnei mātou o te Pāti Māori e tū ki te tautoko. I ngā mihi kua mihi a ki tērā o ngā tangata whenua o tērā o ngā mutu o Vanuatu, o ti rā o ngā mutu katoa o te rohe. Mr Speaker, we would like to congratulate the government on their speedy response in sending aid to Vanuatu. In 2008, I had a missionary son who served in the Vanuatu Islands for 2 years. When I spoke to him this morning, he conveyed a sense of loss and a sense of regret for his friends who he's been unable to contact. The outlying islands, we understand, Tana, of which has been worst hit, has almost 98% of all of its dwellings are completely obliterated. An aeroplane that was able to fly over the island could not see one structure that was still standing. The crops have been destroyed. The people's livelihood and income has been lost. But these are people who, Mr Speaker, are resilient by nature. They're friendly people. They've lived in what some would consider abject poverty for most of their lifetime. They're subsistence livers and growers and farmers. With their crops being destroyed, there is no hope of being able to feed this community, and so the support that the government has been able to send to Vanuatu will absolutely be necessary now and for the future in restoring the crops to those families. It is not an understatement to say that these people face starvation in the coming weeks if we're not able to get support to them. The aid efforts that have come from New Zealand include temporary housing, water purification, and just hands on the ground. The people in Vanuatu have not all been able to be contacted. Some in the outlying areas remain unaccounted for at this time. We understand that 24 is the current number of those who have been lost, but that number may climb yet. Our thoughts and our aroha go to those people in the island of Vanuatu specifically. Last night, as I lay in Wellington, for one of the first times I've slept here with the wind blowing, I thought to myself, this is nothing but a stiff wind and a small gale, and the Cyclone Pam was 400 kilometres offshore when our city was struck with rain and wind. I could not imagine the terror that would have been on the faces of the families who were cowering under the intense cyclone, Category 5 cyclone that hit their island. Mr Speaker, I want to commend to the House the motion that the Prime Minister has sent, and I look forward to hearing of further support that may come to the Vanuatu, the Nivan people, for the future, for restoring their crops, their livelihood, their food and their sustenance. Kia ora.